Lakho mnganwa Yilungelo lakho mnganwa Lakho mnganwa Yilungelo lakho mnganwa Lakho mnganwa Yilungelo lakho mnganwa Oma yakhe impolompo Awungela wemnganwa
Hello, masibhoti semawethu sinabukele kwinkqubo yethu yanamhlanje Yilungelo Lakho, it's your right. Sithemba ukuba linolwabele lixesha leeholide zeChristmas. Igama lam ke ndinguSiphiwo Speech Nzawundi. Sicela ke mawethu baniqaphele ukuba eyanamhlanje inkqubo yeshicilelweyo ngokwanizikwazi uba nisitsala iminxeba phaya ku-01171469118. Kodwa ke ndingasithumela izimvo zenu nge-email or fax phaya ku-consumer@sabc.co.za okanye nisithumelele phaya ku-Facebook or Twitter. Bhotani mawethu. Now, the festive season is upon us, and it is this period that brings with it the spirit of giving, love and generosity. But as the festive excitement takes over, it is easy to get carried away and spend as if there is no tomorrow. Unfortunately, this will catch up with many consumers when the celebrations are over, and this is why we want to spend our cash or hard-earned money wisely, keeping in mind the demands of the new year. Let's quickly have a look at this insert.
Ukuthenga uze ukhathale lokhu yikho okudla ubhedu kubathengi abaningi kanti yileso sikhathi abathengi abathenga noma yini ukuze bejabulise abathandiweyo babo sukela kubucwebe izingubo zokugqoka zanokusho noma yini nje ezokwenza lo Christmas abangeke beze bewukhohlwe ngobukhazikhazi obusezitolo kanti nemibhalo yamanani aphansi abathengi abaningi angeke bekwazi ukuzibamba noma sebethenga ngokweqile abantu abaningi bazosebenzisa imali abangenayo bebhubhudle amabonus abo kanye nemiholo abanye abathengi bazozifaka ezikweletini beboleka ama-loans emabhange kanti lokhu kusebenzisa imali budedengu kuzoshiya abathengi abaningi enkingeni izishoshovu zabathengi zinomlayezo othi thenga ngengqondo yakho hayi ngenhliziyo bayaxwayisa abathengi ukuthi bengasebenzisi imali budedengu bazi ukuthi abantwana babuyela esikolweni ngoJanuwari kanti amaholidi kaChristmas angamasonto amabili nje vo ukuze beqale kahle unyaka abathengi bayaxwayisa ukuthi bengathengi izinto abangazidingi beboleke imali abazokwazi ukuyikhokhela besebenzise amabonus abo kanye nemali abayibekile ukwehlisa izikweletu bethenge izinto ezisemqoka njenge-uniform yesikole kanye nezincwadi beqhathanise ama-price uma bethenga uqonde imali efakwayo kakhulukazi uma bethi thenga manje bese ukhokha emva kwezinyanga eziyisithupha qaphela imali nzalo uma uthenga ngesikweletu iqonde icontract yakho nawe ube nekhophi beka kahle ama-receipt kanye nesiqiniseko sempahla oyithengile kanti okubalekile kakhulu bayaxwayisa abathengi ukuthi bonke lokhu okuncane abanakho kulamaholidi kaChristmas njengoba lokhu kungenza umehluko omkhulu uma kuqala unyaka omusha unompumelelo mthethwa Yilungelo Lakho eGoli
Sibambe ngazo sibini ke ngelonqango silenzelwe ngunompumelelo mthethwa ngokuke ukusixhobisa angako konke kufuneka sikwenzile ukusebenzisa lo madlana sinayo kule holide masamkele indwendwe zethu zanamhlanje asinoMAGAUTA MPHAHLELE yena ovela phaya ku-National Debt Mediation Association sibe nayo no-OUMA RAMARU yena ovela pha ku-office yomxazululi izingxaki zabathengi, and that is the Consumer Goods and Services Ombudsman. Ladies, thank you very much and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, namhlanje ke maske siqale kuwe sisiMAGAUTA sithetha ngento that is very close to sithetha njengoku lixesha kuyaphithizela abantu bayathenga abanye bavalile emisebenzini abanye bayibonus zabo. Why is it important to save?
Kubalulekile kakhulu ukuthi sisave because we know ukuthi uDecember no January are the months where we spend a lot. December we spend a lot because it's a time of celebration. Isikhathi sokuthi sibe nefamily yethu. NgoJanuary isikhathi sokuthi kubuyele esikolweni, school fees siyabhadala ama-uniform anyuwani, abantwana baye university. So if ungabekanga imali aside, what we see is that in December no January we see a spike in terms of abantu kuboleka ngoba they didn't make a provision abalungiselela ukuthi ngalesikhathi le kufuneka imali eningi efanele ispendiwe so kubalulekile ngoba siyazi sonke ukuthi ngoDecember vele ama costs are high nango January we need to put money aside for that so that is avoid ukuthi siyoboleka but unfortunately abaningi bethu we don't do that and then we borrow kakhulu or if we don't borrow siroba laba sibakoleta yasibhadala sithatha le mali bekufanele sibhadala izikoloto ngayo sispend so when you look ngo February sinama areas sisemuva ngama payments wethu.
Maskesize goke sis OUMA, we're looking at a problem opposite abantu they spend beyond their means. How do you think the problem, how big is the problem in South Africa, especially in Gelklash?
It is true ukuthi ngempela people spend imali abanganayo so njengoba uMagauta seka explainile ukuthi la sibuya khona sinaleyo nto leyo ukuthi ukusave akusinto yethu but we need to go out of that ngoba siya receive ama education yonke into concerning ukusave so isikhathi sokuthi we need to adopt and adhere to that because isiza thina njengomphakathi or njengabathengi lento leyo ukuthi sisave because every time uthola ukuthi you spend imali onganayo and then come January ukhala the very same cry oyikhale 2 years back 5 years back so singazibuza ukuthi njengabantu when are we learning sizofunda nini ukuthi lento sifundayo sibeke into practice so abantu basemzansi mele sisifundise ukuthi masithola lama teachings masiyenze ukuthi sisave accordingly.
Ingaba ke xa ucinga abathengi sebe recovery besikesana xesha apho sinengxaki yemali kwisimo sezimali recession 2008 was one of the years ucinga abathengi sebe recovery mhlambe kwelo xesha babakwazi babazilungiselela babagcina imali for amaxesha la sithetha ngawo January and going forward.
Mina I doubt uMagauta ngasiza ngaleyo I doubt ukuthi abantu seba recoverile because ma recoverile sikubona ngokuthi you will buy cash or uzospenda imali onayo if ever you are still going out and borrow and enter into credit agreement it's not a true reflection yokuthi we have recovered from the recession.
So Magauta ucinga abantu basayifumana ukubaluleka kubaleka kanjani kuba usave ugcina imali it seems basine tradition thina kakhulukazi thina abantu bamdaka Christmas you go out of you know nangoku bungafike ezimall ofika abantu bekube yonke imali lebebigcina unyaka wonke do you think ba ulwazi siyalibeka phaya sifundisa abantu ngendlela ubaleke ngayo ukusave
ulwazi lukhona but I think also you know it's about changing behavior yakho and changing lifestyle yakho. Most of us siyayifumana imali we get money in but we don't sit down and budget. We always say sit down and budget and see what is coming in, what is going out. Iphuma iyaphi le mali. And then make sure ukuthi you manage that process. Every month you look, ubona ukuthi this month ngathi ngimoshe lapha angilungise. A lot of us don't do that. You know, siyayithola nje imali siyayispenda nje we don't see. Kaningi masihlala phansi siyenza nabantu ibudget zabo. Bayakhona ukubona ukuthi if ngathatha lunch box ngemsebenzini I will save hundreds of rands because then it's cheaper to do that than ukuthenga ama takeaways every day. So you also need to do that kind of exercise. In terms of recovery, kunzima ukrecover for a lot of us because our economy ayisebenzi kahle. Khona manje abantu abaningi baluza umsebenzi baya retrenchiwa. Inflation nayo is high. Electricity is going up. You know, food is going up, transport is going up. So people are struggling. But even if you are struggling, it is still good during the struggle times to still budget and make sure ukuthi lokho okuncane onako ukusebenzisa kahle.
Kunjalo nje kusazoba nzima kuba next year umbane unyuka ngo12%. Kodwa ke masiqhubeke nencoko yethu emva kwale venkile. Ukuba ke unosibike lapha ekhaya khawukhe uthathe ixesha ukhusumamele basithini siyaqonda baseningxamele baniphumene hambe niyothenga ola noso into ezimnandi zeChristmas. Kodwa ke siyacinga ba le nkqubo iza kunceda kakhulu masikhethebele venkile. Masikwamkela kwakhona ke mbukeli phambi kokuba ke sihlabele mgama yithi ndikukhumbuze kuba namhlanje sithetha ngantoni inkqubo yethu okokuqala ishicilelwe ngoko ke awuzukwazi ba usifonele uthabathe inxaxheba apha e-studio. Namhlanje sithetha ngokuba kubaleka kanjani ba ugcina imali angexesha leChristmas. Ungasithumela ke email yakho phaya consumer@sabc.co.za in studio dinosis Magauta nosis OUMA. Besathetha ke sisithi next year kuza konyuka imibane zonke ezo zinto ndicinga ba lonto yenza kube nzima kakhulu into kubana ugcina ixesha nokuba kunale pressure yokubana umzi wami kakhulukazi abantu ababukelayo ngoku umzi wami kufuneka ukalikiwe kufuneka izitubu zami zibonakala iChristmas kaloku kodwa ucinga ba singayitshintsha kanjani lo ndlela yokucinga?
Yeah, you know le question yakho is very important because manje mawuthi uyabheka uyazibuza ukuthi ngaleyo 2 weeks or that period a month towards Christmas ufuna ukuthi kwakho kube ne fridge kube ne TV kube nama couch amasha then you ask yourself ukuthi njengoba usisi MAGAUTA ashilo ukuthi did you budget for this thing mayiqala i2014 ukuthi by the end of the year mele ngibe na into 1 2 3 you know then if you didn't obviously uzoyenza impulse shopping and then mawuso ufika lapha nabantu beyitolo abathengisi nabo ba hyper they bring out promises which bazofaila ukudeliverela whatever that you want so there's so much demand kubo as suppliers now as consumer you want ukuthi kwakho kube kuhle so we are saying thina from the office of the Consumer Goods and Services Ombud mawufuna ukuthi kwakho kubukeke by the time kuba Christmas then you sit back and reflect did I budget for these things and then if you didn't budget for them, let it go. Kusazoba na inyi December ngithi kusazoba nama Christmas amaningi because mawuya estolo uyo enterisha ku credit agreement in the first place CPA iti you need to read the agreement so ama comebacks asiwatholayo as an office ukuthi abathengi abafundanga ama agreement because you just want to do this thing and then back deliver share then amanye ama comebacks asiwatholayo ukuthi ama suppliers they promise ukuthi iTV yakho izo kwakho ngelanga elithize come that day iTV ayikho or umbheda ukho because nabo during this time baba nama order amaningi and then they forget ukuthi ama manufacturer nabo bayavala ngithi ama factory so they give a promise ku consumer the next best thing that deliver ayenzakala so those are the frustrations esihlangana nazo as consumers and then they come back to the office yabona ukuthi
kufuneka ngoniphathe nalombanini enye into benza ibuza into ba ucinga bale kanjani into ba senze i-shopping list ndiyayiqonda ba mnandi ngomnye wabantu abangayenza i-shopping list uphuma uthi uyothenga isonka nobisi ube sowuphethe ugcola trolley because ubona ezinezi but I think Londo it takes us off the budget here to come back and what thought could we instill ku mind the consumer out there?
Okay, e-shopping list is very important, right? And I would like to believe ukuthi abantu basemzansi maybe 90% of us asiyenzi or noma siyenzile we don't stick to it mase sifika estore. So maso ukhulume kanjalo into engiyibonayo masithenga lapha yana we end up buying things esingazisplana then mawufika ekhaya then you realize ukuthi these things I don't need them then you are sitting with a problem le uyithola bathi mawubuyela estolo bathi no refunds no return then you become frustrated so what I would like to tell ama consumers ukuthi iCPA good and well iyak protector but it protector on the basis yokuthi whatever we thengile in a defect yabona it defect is something different to I don't like this blouse I don't like the color it doesn't fit me so we come across lawo ma complaints and iCPA state kahle ukuthi you only qualify for the refund or return or replacement makube kune defect and then the defect ziyahlukana zi twofold kune material defect ne immaterial defect but then when we come to a thing yokuthi wena uthengile mawufika ekhaya abangani bakho bathi no this jacket doesn't suit you you want to take it back then the store policy will apply yama returns so ungazi ombuds uthi but iCPA ithi I qualify for a refund no only makune defect
SisiMAGAUTA masikese kuwe abantu abaninzi ngelixesha ndiyaqonda ubana bafumana iSMSs abanye bayabizwa ezindaweni kuthiwa yiza ikakhulukazi abantu basebe nengxaki kade ematyala agqithisileyo that is aba blacklisted kodwa still uyafumana ba ngelixesha nje ingathi kune grace period or i-creditors are more lenient uyabizwa kuthiwa izothatha nansi imali kubebale kanjani but to overcome yes how do you think it's important to overcome the temptation
njengoba omashile the biggest thing with December and January advertising and then the way by advertising ngakhona they really make all these things look so nice ukuthi thenga imoto manje uzobhadala ngo-April thenga amasofa manje uzobhadala ngo-April so bathi yo sikunike
onke la magama amnandi asibizayo
alonke amagama amnandi ukuthi sikunike break hayi ngo-December no hayi angeke sithathe installment umuntu ayikhohlayo ukuthi there's nothing for free la emhlabeni bazokucharge i-interest for that time
kukhona lento ekuthiwa zi-balloon payments
zonke lezi zinto ukuthi yes thenga imoto kakhulu it's either bathi kune competition thenga imoto siza kunika 10,000 rand or bakubonise ba advertise installment and mistake esiyenza kakhulu thina sibheka installment and that is why even before yothatha isikolo tofanele ubheke ibudget yakho wenze your own affordability assessment ukuthi can I really afford le sikolo leso mangicela ukubhadala ukudla i-transport school fees yimalini le ngisala ngayo because esikubonayo a lot of people mabacela ukubhadala lezi zinto ezibalulekile bacela ukubhadala nesikolo abasali nga next you know umuntu usala ngemali encane or abanye ngeminus so if anything happens like khaya somebody agule somebody ashona because awenzanga leya budget leya kuba ne problem or njengamanje ama interest rates ayakhuphuka ama interest rates mawakhuphuka installments akho naso siyokhuphuka have you budgeted ukuthi what happens if the installment what will happen njengoba ushilo ukuthi electricity yakhuphuka ibudget yami izokhona ukustretcha na ukuthi accommodate le 12%. So asiyenzi so when these things happen kuba ngathi surprise and we get into trouble.
Enye into benza ibuza into kubana kwaba bantu banikisa ngamatyala ingaba mhlawumbe nina ni National Mediation Association ninazo ni programs ezokuncedisa umthengi into bana ayazi into kubana xa uthatha ityala la le mali causes amanye amatyala yathi for 6 months for the next 6 months awuzubhatala i debit order yakhe yoqala ngo June okanye ngo May lonto ke colleague into kubani sithi siqonda masithathe lamatyala but nazo ni programs to go out then to school the consumer.
Yes thina siyaba educate abantu because abantu they must understand I cost ukuthi I credit le iyong cost malini. All credit agreements as fine. Mawuthenga i-fridge, mawuthatha credit card, mawuthenga indlu, mawuthenga imoto. The interest rates that they charge you for all those things are different. As fine. Mawuthenga imoto is very low. It can be a prime rate +2, so you can pay about 11%. Mawuthenga indlu the same thing. Mawuthatha leya personal loan leya 100,000, you are paying 30.5% in interest rate. Mawuthatha lama short term loan la bakunika yona this month next month bayithatha kakhulu you can end up paying up to 60% interest rate. So fanele understand which is the best one, which is the cheapest. We understand. So abantu nje because a store they make it easier for you umuntu manu uyathatha the next umuntu uzakithi uthi ngithenge ifridge bekuyi 2000 manje sekuyi 10000 kwenzakale kanjani then siyasho ukuthi
andibingaxelwanga ngoba ngithenga ifridge
angithi ubheke i-installment but masekahlala phansi sebamnika i-statement ukuthi le mali le kanti le fridge isedura kangaka and that is why saving is important. If you have saved for 3 months ukuthenga le fridge ye 3000 ungaba ubhadala nge-7,000.
Okay, well make masikesibeke umnwe kuloo ndawo ke bawethu sithemba into yobana nani njengoba nibukele niyazibamba uhlala kula budget yakho nakula list yakho ukuthi uzoshopisha ngayo. Siyaqhubeka nale ncoko emva kweveki lesiyakho. Welcome back embukeli saqhubeka nencoko yethu namhlanje ukubaluleka kokuchitha imali. Sizivulile ke iholide nazi naba bantu bephaphandle kuyathengwa kuthengwa izimuncumuncu zonke into zeChristmas kodwa ke namhlanje thina siyilungelo lakho sifuna ukuxhobisa sikunike zonke ingqondo lefuneka usazile ngokubaleka kokugcina imali ungasibhaqisa sematyaleni come January. SisiMAGAUTA before the break and during the break besathetha into kubana kwenzeke izinto kunezi balloon payments zonke izinto siye singasicingi thina as consumers xa sithatha amatyala but ke ndifuna ke ngosike sixhobise ke ngokumbukeli into kubana ingaba kukubaleka kanjani ugcina besides ba ukubaleka kanjani ugcina imali zintoni esingazenza ugcina imali because omnye umuntu uzawuthi mina anikwazi bantu uyifaka ebankini ndiphinde ndizibone into oyithatha zintoni mhlawumbe singazenza.
Well abantu ba very creative, they are doing a lot of different things. Esukubona ukuthi some people have stock file se grocery ukuthi bayakhipha every month and then at the end of the year as a group bayahamba bayothenga grocery they share, which is a good thing because then it means you don't have to go and borrow. Iyanceda that way. Some other people bayenza sure ukuthi mhlambe they don't buy grocery baya contribute ku stock file at the end of the year they share the money. And abantu abahlanganiphile what they will do instead of taking that money to buy izinto ezimnandi they will buy uniform, they will buy for January so that when January urelaxile uyazi ukuthi awuna nkinga. And some of the things that you do we all need to celebrate. But ungabi wena oyiwani othatha the responsibility responsibility for the celebration. Uzathenga inyama, uzathenga ama-drinks, uzathenga everything abantu bamane bazele nje bazodla. Fanele nishare i-responsibility. If yazi ukuthi as a family namhlanje siya kwaMagauta niyasho ukuthi wena uzoletha lokhu wena uzoletha lokhu.
Ezanto zobringa nje. Asisifuni ke thina abantu abamnyama uqonda xa ndibizomandisa mandikiswe. Maske sithethe ke ngelentoza ukuba into kubana xa ubuthetha nge-responsibility right now. Now come elixesha abantu bafumana ii-bonuses abantu abaninzi. Umuntu kuzawufumanisa uba lo mali uzawucinga iholide, acinge ezinye izinto. Ngabe ucinga uyibale kanjani ba ube nayo oluhlwahlwana le mali encinci olibekele for ukubhatala amatyala akho?
Yes, I mean i-bonus ibalulekile kakhulu. Obviously now we don't say ukuthi don't enjoy your bonus, but don't enjoy all of it. Hlala phansi udecide ukuthi ubheke ukuthi okay nginezikweletu ezingaka mhlambe ezinye ngingazivala because those zikoloto ziyacost in terms of interest. So vala izikoloto, bega aside to enjoy, and imali enjoyment nayo you need to budget for it ukuthi ngeviki ngiyophuza ama-BI 12 and that's it.
Ungafiki unkale pha ubethele wonke.
Na uhlanganiphe mawufika lapho ukuthi i-budget yami every week for entertainment is so much and then stick to it ungayindluli.
Uyabona ufuna ukuthini wena?
Mina ngifuna ukugcwalisa kulento uMagauta ekhulumayo. She is so right ukuthi we can never overemphasize indaba yokuthi budget, especially mawuzophuma if you are going out with friends. Zitshela ukuthi I'm going to spend 500. Ungathi let me take 700 just in case, then you are out because uzobe spending the extra 200 rand. So mawuphuma naleyo mali ositshela ukuthi it's within the budget for the night. Ngibona ngathi abantu abaningi sibulawa yilento leyo ukuthi i-environment yes influencer ukuthi we must go beyond the planned into obuyiplanile from ekhaya yabona. So kungcono uphume naleyo mali leyo ositshela ukuthi ufuna ukuspenda yona.
Into sibethayo i-pressure ke ngelixesha into endicingayo kuba uqonda ufuna ukubona ufuna ukuqepha ndibonise xa ngigodukile eRhawutini xa ndiphinde eMpuma Kolweni fanele ndisibona kanti ngiceba what can we do because siyithethe lento siyipreach but I think funeka sibeke into practical to the consumer and umuntu obukeleyo kuba yenza 1 no 2 no 3 no for just to overcome that pressure.
Yeah, like uMagauta besekashilo ukuthi ayikho into edlule ukuthi bring and share, ungazinikeza ipressure ukuthi ngoba abantu baza kwakho that means wena mele wenze yonke into. Abantu yabasendela ama-SMS ukuthi wena you'll bring a dish of what, you'll bring a dish of what, and then lento le iyehlisa ipressure kuwe
yabona ungathwala lonke lamthwala.
So into esibulalayo thina sifuna pusha lento le si hoste from ama drinks to eat dessert nenyama, and those things are expensive. Izinto ziyadura ngempela. Yes, and the other point that she made yokuthi must totally bonus. Let us try ukuthi sibhadale lama accounts asinawo, all the credits esizenzile during the year sibhadale off, and then esalayo then we can enjoy. Because imagine mawuthole I bonus awuzama ukupay off the other debts. Now you're taking this bonus yako, you are enjoying it, you are having good time. Come in January, lama credit wako now asa debita yaqhubeka. That means anyeke uzobe free from debits. Yeah, but yes, so we need to free ourselves. You are the only person who can free yourself. When you've got a lump sum money engenile kuwe, try ukuthi ufake more towards your normal installment. That will help.
So Magauta siphinde sibuyele kuwe sathetha ngabantu abathatha amatyala. Uyayiva lento xa uthenga imali imoto kuthiwe abanye bathi balloon payment ntontoni or ezanto kuthiwe hayi installments zakho zoqala later. Maske sicacisele umuntu mhlawumbe ohleliyo ngokuba sezixela into uyothatha la sofa, uyothatha eza la TV la moto ntontoni kuba implications zokuthatha amatyala ngelixesha zithini?
Well, finally understand what you are getting yourself into. Like I say, a lot of us must isikolo to ubega the installment. And you say, oh, it's only 2,000 rand a month.
So
I afford. Awusafunda the contract to ubega ukuthi actually what am I getting? What type of agreement is this? Example, loyiphila balloon payment. Mawuthenga imoto nge-balloon payment, it means you are buying a car that you cannot afford. So you want a car 600,000, but your budget allows you 400,000. So a garage, but okay. So installment sakho sizo space ku 400,000. 200,000 so ibegele eceleni. So after 5 years uzoskolota 200,000 in a lump sum in cash. So abantu abaningi mayephela le 5 years if angayitrader in le moto ukolota 200,000 in a lump sum. So most of us don't have that 200,000. What do? They refinance it. Kushuthi bakuboleka yona futhi. And then say imali le oyikolota but okay siza kunika another year. Ukuthi ubhadale le lump sum in another year. So which means uzohlala ngale moto for 7 years, 8 years. Sekuyisikoro ayisana motor plan, awusa insure ngamaimoshekala, it's a problem. So those are the things you need to look to. Yini le ewisayinayo. Ngoba usezimene uzothi nje sign la yabona installment isincane kanti you are getting yourself into trouble, irresidual, and you are paying more. So for lower 600 uzogcina ubhatale almost $1 million for that car.
Ndicinga into bane furniture nayo lo ngxaki intontoni zonke ezo zinto into ezikolo sizithengayo ngelixesha.
Furniture kaningi ayinayo, but what is good sometimes ukuthi pay a deposit or at least save, because like I said example ye fridge ye 2000 must calculate ukuthi bafaka malini, that fridge is going to cost you 8,000 rand. Only buy sasakhona le buy.
Sis maske sekuwe xa abantu bethenga okanye ngelixesha sizawuthenga igrocery, ngaphandle kwegrocery ke sinezinye izinto sithengela abantwana impahla zeChristmas, nathi siyazithengela sifuna ukubonakala sibatsha, but xa sekufika uJanuary ke ngoso next month sabe sesifuna le mali sispendile ngexesha. Ucinga bale kanjani into basigcina i-receipts mhlawumbe sikwazi basisiphinze ezinye izinto?
Yes, indaba ye receipt it's important, but omunye umuntu angakubuza or understand iCPA. iCPA ayikhulumi nix nge receipt. But because siphila la eMzansi sihlala khona, there's so much ama experiences wama fraud. So to make a process ibe easier return, we are asking ama consumers ukuthi mabayi maintain a receipt and then the packaging ibe khona. Yeah, while we are still at that, sisakhuluma nge credit plus mawuthenge something iba ne defect. Sicela ukuthi ama consumers understand ukuthi I credit agreement is separate to appliance or furniture minor defect. If ever you come across ukuthi appliance or furniture that you bought in a defect, don't stop to pay, because credit agreement is binding. Bazokulista ku credit bureau as a slow payer. So if you've got a problem ne appliance or ne furniture ithengile, okay, ibike problem ye defect, but continue to pay your installment.
Ubeke ubhatale. Ake mawuthi siyethemba into obani nizuza lukhulu kule nkqubo yethu namhlanje. Nami ndiyafunda benze ndizixele banzayo yoqepha ke lonto endiyiqephayo. Masikhe sibele vengleni ke mawethu siyaqhubeka emva kwalentengiso nengxoxo yethu namhlanje pe studio. A very warm welcome back. The festive season of the festive holiday is here, and we're discussing the importance of spending wisely as the spirit of generosity and giving will take over and this time of the year, and also sharing the tips of what to do or what you can do as the consumer to emerge from this holiday financial healthy for the new year. Indwendwe zethu ke namhlanje nguRamaru, we're authors of the Consumer Goods and Services Ombudsman. Simena ke noMagauta MPHAHLELE yena ovela phaya ku-National Debt Mediation Association. Before the break ke besisathetha into kubana kubaleka kanjani ukujonga ba lanto okusanelwayo ngelaxesha as payments into kubana i-debit zakho zohamba kanganani. Kodwa ke ngicela into ba masikhe sixhobisane bethuna from elixesha ndifumana imali yami esisithonga i-budget kuba into esegqibeleni ngqondweni yami, as much as basinazo zinye izinto esiye ucinga ba okay benza uthenga ulano so nontontoni, masikhe sixhobise umbukeli phaya ekhaya into kubana from a point apho uthengisa ufumana khona umrholo wakho okanye ufumana khona la mali yakho yomgalelo yombutho, what to do step by step.
Well, fanele uhlale phansi, you will write down ukuthi uhola malini, and then on the side you then list all your expenses, all your monthly expenses, i-grocery, i-transport, i-electricity, i-school fees, yama contributions wakho ku-medical aid, i-insurance yakho, zonke lezi zinto uzibhala phansi, uyabhala ukuthi zikhosta malini. And then you come to things like entertainment. How much do you spend on or do you intend to spend on entertainment? Uyayibhala phansi entertainment. And then we are calculator all those things, and then it will uzbal. And then the next step is to say izikoloto. Nezikoloto ezingakanani ngibhatala malini for lezikoloto. You write all of them down, then we are shugusi every month ubhatala malini that needs you. So you add your expenses, you add nezikoloto zakho, and then it will give you a figure. If you are financially healthy, le mali esalayo mawuceda ukudeducta zonke lezinto lezi, you have to have extra money, enough that you can use that then to also save, and then you keep aside for emergencies. Because the other problem, a lot of us, we don't put aside money for emergencies. You must have somewhere la uzifihlele khona ukuthi makungavela something like khaya ifridge mayingamosheka igiza mayingabesta mangana insurance or umntwana mangagijima lapha estradeni walimala fanele clinic. Do you have a separate money that you can use to accommodate all of those things? And then if at the end of the month you've done your budget and then you get a minus, deficit leyo kusho ukuthi le mali ekholayo nale mali if imali le oyispendayo indlula le mali oykholayo, then there's a problem. You need to speak to somebody like us, sihlale phansi sibone ukuthi budget yakho singayi-adjusta kanjani. Any budget is not something that you do and then uyilahlele esayidini and then uzoyibona next month. You must record your expenses so that you get an idea every day, especially if you need deficit.
Okay. So, Mama, campaigns in so both from companies in. As one who deals with is about the consumer and goods and whatnot. There's a person from abathengi.
Ama problems asihlangana kakhulu from our office. Ama problems if ama consumers athenge ama appliances, furniture, jewelry, ukudla. Masikuba ngama appliances uthola ukuthi ufikile store wathenga fridge and then buy deliver after 2 months it fridge yathula. Yes. Or furniture lethile ama sofa after a few days or few weeks, then you wanna le leather yaphuma. So those are the things mawuthenga mele uthole iclarity. Kakhulu masikhulume ngale ndaba yama leather couches ukuthi masithole information from the salesperson ukuthi lento le leather ngaphezulu or leather ngaphansi ngoba amanye bawayenza leather esayidini then leather ngaphezulu. Yeah, then when you go around telling your friends that you thenge pure leather, then after 2 months yak surprise. Yeah, but so those are the typical things as Dilanazo from our office. And then in fact in Dabazogudla then we'll deal ngama magube udle something then uyabuyisa or what not. But leyo ibrotige ifuna ilanga lakhona, but just a brief ama consumers mele ba understand ukuthi ukuprove ukuthi uguliswe ulokudla okuthenge kustole siso. It's very broad.
Ukwazi kanjani ukuyikhomba ke lonto kuba utya apha napha napha.
Ngoba we'll want to know ukuthi the whole day kule 7 hours udle ini nani. So then we will need to know ukuthi ngempela lunch yakho isengweje uyithenge ngelunch yogulisile, breakfast yakho ayigulisanga, dinner yakho ayigulisanga yabona. So it's a whole lot of process and involve nemali because you need a specialist. But into enza ukuthi yonke into ibe simple, immediately mawubuyisa thatha leyo vomit uyifrizise. Then it helps maya laboratory. Yeah, it has been proven ukuthi into mawuyifrizisile maya lab the results is vivid. Yes.
Okay, so sathetha ke ngezingxaki masikhethe ke ngoku nge-saving campaigns eninazo phaya kwi-consumer goods and services ombudsman. Do you have any campaigns eninazo phaya just to help people ngexesha le-Christmas kanye ukuba nincede abantu?
From last year into siyenzayo nje ukuthi sikhipha ama press release aya kuma newspaper na ku media kanjalo ukuthi abantu bazi ukuthi how do you spend wisely. I know ukuthi we still owe the community ukuthi siye kubo sibe ku level yabo bakwazi ukukhuluma nathi. Those are the things we are still working on, but for now they can catch ama advice wethu ku media, television nama newspaper donke into enjalo kuma radio. Yes, but we know that we need to go to them and speak to them on their level.
Okay, so MAGAUTA Maseko nina nazo inqubo eninazo sixhobisa abathengi phaya on the ground in the communities.
Well, thina sasebenzisana nama provincial consumer affairs office and other businesses, so where they invite us to exhibitions and things like that. But throughout the year, I mean, an opportunity yoguba la foot, we have a helpline where people can call and ask for advice before you sign anything, before you decide to go to your that credit agreement. Ask. Ngoba abantu bethu, they don't ask, you know, excitement yokuthi ngiyayibona this item, it's nice, I want it. The only thing wayicabanga ukuthi umngani wami makangibona ngigcokile le uyasayina, and then you've got a headache later. So before that excitement ibekele side, take that agreement, read it. If there's anything you don't understand, our helpline you can call and ask.
What's your helpline, by the way? So
it's 086 111 6362.
086 111 6362 086 111 63
086 111 6362.
Siyathemba ke nani babukeli banibambile lo nombolo ningaqhamushana nabo phawusa simagauta kuba nikwazi bani ifumane ingcombolo esithefeshe nokuba nje nincedakale. Ndiyayazi ba xa ubona umbelano wakho ethenga ngena isofa nawe uyiqonde into kubana mawufumane isofa nawe ubona abantwana bakwamakhelwane bethenga impahla ezintsha nawe uqonda imawu yoqhebhela bakho. Kodwa ke emva kwalempela emva kole ntengiso siyaqhubeka ke nencoko yethu abasixhobise wena. Let's go for an ad break. Well, welcome back to our final segment. Up studio. Remember that we've got MAGAUTA and Sis OUMA who are giving us all the details we need. Now, when you was shopping and sabetengile, you can no save imali apo emakai. Sis OUMA, I think Ngoko and Sis MAGAUTA, we are now talking to somebody. Abanye bazothatha sayivayongelisa lento nichoyo. Sesinayo thina imali ebese sibekele bucala okanye sesinazo izibonuses. But again khona aba abazixele babayoshopisha anyway. You know umuntu uzixele bamna I have saved for this period anyway, but ke singabaqhubisa kanjani bona how important is it mhlambe to compare prices ujonge kule venkile uphuma uhambe ujonga phaphambu uthenga item.
Kubaluleke kakhulu and you know you need to have your list, like we said. You have to have your shopping list. And during this time, we get a lot of visitors and things. It's better to go and buy bulk. Was good to utenga enough for the month. And also, utenga nini during this time is very important. Because once towards just before Christmas, the prices go up. Chicken at 25 rand, say 22, 23, so we 50 rand. So you must tell at least to them good inyama nezinto zinjalo zithenge ubeke fridge ungazengi during
not that in advance.
Yeah,
you know,
buy in advance.
Into rice and
yeah, but inyama yona gets very expensive just before Christmas. So be clever. For example, my Christmas decorations, I buy them on Christmas Eve or 23. Ngoba ngaleso sikhathi sebabonile sebazifake selini. Sebazifake selini, they are cheaper. So you must be clever. Now a clever shop ukuthi wazi ukuthi, and then you know sometimes you go there uyazi ukuthi ama veg wakho wathenga kuphi because they are cheaper there. Inyama uyithenga kuphi, i-dry grocery uyithenga kuphi. So fanele uhlanganiphe ubheke. And sometimes izitoro they mislead you. Babeka nje into yokuthi sale, but mawubheka ukuthi akusi sale lento. Vele bekuyi price yawo. So mina, if I see a sale sign, I first check ukuthi is it a sale. Is it this?
Ticaba into emnandi kakhulu kuba zihlela namagqeza namhlanje apha. Omnye umuntu uzawuthi hey mina ndifuna imile bonakalayo ngela xesha leChristmas xa ndibiza abamelwane mababone kuba dibethe ezizizo. Ucinga into yokubana Sis OUMA ibale kanjani into yokubana sithi as much as we're looking for quality nokuba sibe neplate ezimnandi zokuba kuba ubucwebecwebe nemnandi pools negwinyables but still sihlale kwixabiso elifikelekayo.
Umbuzo wakho ubaleka kakhulu because iCPA iyasho ukuthi noma ubhadale malini but you deserve equality njenge consumer. So we mustn't say equality hamba ne high price. Yeah, that is a false perception. So into esikhuluma yelana ukuthi mawuya e-shopping akuna mthetho obekiwe ukuthi kuzomela ukuthi ubuye uthengile namhlanje. You can go do i-shopping, ufike ekhaya uyidigeste, uyireflecte, then you go back tomorrow yabona, then wenza
so namhlanje uyojonga amaxabiso ujonge izinto before uthenga.
It helps ukuthi okay ngene ku shop number 1 i-price base, so shop number 3 price base, so okay let me go back home and see, then mase uya the following day then uyenza into right. And the other thing engibonayo ukuthi njengabantu base South Africa ukuthi masiyothenga ne angithi wenzile ibudget for abantu aba close now Christmas isikhathi sama gift. So umuntu omkhumbula usestolo leyo muntu I doubt ukuthi is close to you because I get it already, you know, during the course of the year ukuthi I'm going to buy person 1, person 2, person 3, then maso sestolo uthi person 4 shame bantu kuzoba isona yabona ukuthi manje wenza into wrong yeah ngoba lo muntu lo is not close to your heart so uyacabanga ukuthi ay what if uMagauta azana le cousin yakhe kuzoba snacks yabona so you end up spending another 200 rand that you didn't budget for
but also ama gifts you don't buy them mina I buy my gifts for December ngama sale wango January so ama gifts wango December 2014 Ngwathenge ngo January ngalama sale lawa
buying in advance
yes ngoba vele January siyazi ukuthi ama sale
and abanye abantu bayazenzela like gifts you know you don't need to go
out there. That's the other thing I wanted to say
and buy.
Make your own gifts you know or give people things that they will remember you know sometimes you don't have to ukuphuma into something you know you can umvakashela ufike upheka lunch kube mnandi kube right
okanye into ezenziwa
ngezandla izinto ezinjalo you don't have to
ndicinga bana ukupheka wena sisoma into kubana instead abantu ame ndiyothenga icake pha kula venkile yodidi and kubani ufuna ukubonakalisa ndikakwazi abantu izibhakele kwalixesha kakhulukazi emakhaya kuyabhakwa ngoku izcones zonke ezazinto ezimnandi how important would you say you know what emphasis would you put on that
mina ngizothi that is very important ngoba mawuzenzela into kuba ne creativity ne bonding mhlambe bayeza lapho ni experience to do this cake together so in bring her together as a family so those are the things we need to look at ngempela ukuthi mele sibe creative singabi stereotypes sithi ama gift kwamele ukuthi athengwe kuphela singayenza anything it can be a gift njengoba uMagauta sekashilo ukuthi something that a person will remember yazi throughout experience yami yokudila nama consumer there's always a problem yokuthi uthengele umuntu gift but then le gift iba yipain kuwe after that December idlulile now you are sitting with creditors who are phoning you day in and day out and uthola ukuthi mhlambe leyo gift mawuse unikeza umuntu aka receive well because yena bekazoyifuna ina this and this
yes
exactly I know of a complaint that we are sitting with uthengele gift this diamond abamthengele yona akafuni leyo diamond ufuna diamond ethize yeah understand so it is something that abantu mele sichaphele lento leyo ukuthi I gift you receive yazi uyi welcome ngoba I gift umuntu uyithenge because he had you or she had you in mind yayibona so ungenza abantu baze basole ukuthi why did they do that in the first place you know
also ke ngoku to somebody ose iphumile phaya evinkleni okanye phaya mall uyifumanisa bangelixesha abantu kuba kuyaphithizela ezivenkleni umuntu agila izinto zophuke abanye bayawa abanezigulo zokuwa bahamba nabantwana abantwana bayalahleka also you know singamxhobisa kanjani umuntu oseyibukeleyo ke ngomhlambo oseyiphaya mall
it's planning I mean you have to plan lezinto lezi and that's why ngithi timing is very important. Ukuthi if you have saved, you don't have to wait until last minute. At least you know that money is there, and you go ngesikhathi ekusathulile. And also skhathi ama prices are high. That's why it's better to buy during the year and put away these things so that makuba nesiphithi awukho. But another thing I wanted to say, as families, we don't sit down mayosenza le budget. And then uthola ukuthi utholi pressure from abantwana or from lo whereas if ningahlala together nayenza lento everybody will understand ukuthi la ekhaya kunemali engaka lesizoyspenda kuloku lesizoyspenda kuloku akunamntwana ozoza baba ngifuna lokhu naloku or mama ngifuna lokhu naloku sekuhlelwi as a family kwabonisana. So and then avoid any conflict. So a lot of us don't do that. Omunye ukwatile ukuthi umama uthola ibonus angazi nokuthi wenzeni ngayo uthengeni akathenganga I create conflict lokho so besithi sizame nihlale nonke as a family.
Enye into kosike siyibone ngelixesha ngabantu abathi abanye basebegodukile abanye sephekule emakhaya sisuka koMagauta kuzo zonke indawo esiphangela kuzo umuntu atsale imali ahambe nayo apha suitcase yakhe you know ufuna kaloku ukufika phaya abaneyohuthula pha ekhuphe entweni yakhe etasini yakhe ucinga ba you know and that's how fraud comes about abantu ba hijack bathini zonke ezo zinto simxhobisa kanjani kumuntu obukeleyo mhlawumbe obecinga yini into obonisa banetas ngale ngelixesha leChristmas.
Well I think most of us is nama bank account but mina nami ngoba yeah sikhona ngibuye emakhaya mina ngiyazi ukuthi emakhaya kunalabo abafuna ama 5 rand.
Hey kunomalume pha kufanele kubani unyengeza
mina ngiyayibeka igcwale ku plastic vele
uyiplane in advance
ngiyayplana in advance ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi la ngiyakhona mawujika ngekhona nje ku 5 rand kunani I budget for that iyahlala isijumbana nje ngazi ukuthi
Yes, but
Uzilungiselele.
point yokuthi isingahambi nemali is very important. Yeah, but obviously mawuyodlela iChristmas ekhaya mele kube necash because nakhona it doesn't sound right mawulibela utshela abantu ukuthi hayi mina ngiyaswipe abantu bakucela ama 10 rand mina ngiyaswipe. So iadvice kaMagauta ukuthi unemali ayibeka separate, it's good.
Yeah, but
singazitholi sinama 2000 3000 hard cash githi. No, ngibona ngathi le masiyekeni bantu basemzansi masiyekeni. Eliyanyana siyesa uyo wathatha indaba yokuthi isiphithiphithi abantu bahamba nabantwana nani. Sithi it's a good thing because uthola ukuthi throughout the year you don't get time ukuthi uhambe nabantwana e-shopping. So Christmas time ufuna ukuhamba nabantwana e-shopping, it's not wrong ungahamba nabo ngoba nginokubona abazali bashiya abantwana ukuthi nizophula izinto lapha bese ngiyabhadala. Tina, from the Office of Consumer Goods and Services Ombudsman, we are saying based on CPA when it needs to be proven ngesupplier ngomthengisi ukuthi you break that thing purposely.
Abanye abantwana ngekodwa bayalahleka ngelixesha uvese khwazwe ngoba umntwana uyakhala umama kamazi umntwana.
Yes, nami ngeke ngababona kaningi. So we are also urging kuma consumers ukuthi masihamba nabantwana masibabambe, let us know ukuthi umntwana ukuphi. Throughout masimbamba umntwana ngesandla. Yabona ngaleyo ndlela uavoid nokuthi umntwana adonse izinto from ama shelf aphule.
Abantwana they get restless ngelixesha kuyakushushu kunabantu abaninzi zonke ezo zinto. Sesimagauta nansi into nakuke ngoku sesithethele kuba abantu bayazithenga zonke izibili boco ze Christmas. Kodwa there's January. You know abantu kusafuneka kukhona incwadi nentontoni. You spoke earlier about buying in advance and that's what you do. Would you advise that when it comes to into zesikolo nezinye into zemisebenzi?
Yeah, I think most schools khona manje ba organized. By October, November they give you a list yokuthi next year kuzofunekani. They give you a list uyazi ukuthi kuzofuneka uniform yini eshodayo yini kufanele uyi-add mhlambe ijezi or something. And most schools also they have second hand clothing. Laba baphumayo kuloso skolo they would bring back that uniform. So you might decide ukuthi ungcono uthenge leyo than go and buy something brand new. Yeah, but so that is also important. So it's about planning. We must plan everything empilweni yethu. We must plan. You know ukuthi January yes. Why kufanele kube surprise.
And izifeke ezimbini nje phofu sezinqumukile ke ngoku sesku 19 already, you know. Insuku sezihambile. Just your closing remarks to the viewers siqale kwesi OUMA. Just quickly, what would you advise umuntu obukeleyo phaya?
Okay, mina ngithanda uku-advise ama consumers ukuthi masiyothenga let us know ukuthi if ever into yethu ayisebenzi the way sithengele ngakhona ayenzi purpose oyithengele yona. Just know that based on CPA you've got the right to return, the right of refund, the right of replacement. Only if it doesn't perform umsebenzi oyithengele yona. I would have changed my mind, I don't like it. Then the store policy will apply in terms of returns. But if there's a defect, you've got the right.
Yes.
Mina ngithi asibudgetele let to December not be a surprise. Kufanele sijabule masijabule within a budget, masijabule ngaphandle kokuthatha izikoloto. If isithola ama bonus masisebenzise kahle le bonus, sibhadala izikoloto zethu, sisave, sithenga izinto ezibalulekile for us. Like uniform ukubhadala abantwana baba university ngoJanuary sinciphise ngasebumnandini ubumnandi bona buyafuneka.
Thank you so much. Well, I can mandibulele kuba nithena sijoina ke nani apha emakhaya ngokuthatha ixesha bani benathi apha studio. Join me again next week as we talk about another consumer related issue from Miss Pruganza. Until next time, God bless. Nonwabele ke ixesha lini.
Yilungelo Lakho